Hi, Boaz Kolodner here. Today I want to talk to you about, I think, one of my favorite treatments working actually on a structure imbalance, working on posture, which is called Fulcrum treatment. This treatment actually works on the way we put our feet on the ground and the effect it has on our whole posture and structure, the skeleton structure. So what we really want to see is we want to take a look on the ankles and just watch if there is a inversion or eversion of the ankles, and whether if we fix that angle, does it affect the spine or the whole posture. One of the biggest symptoms that we can find through this treatment would be knee pain, hip pain, back pain, sciatica, piriformis, muscle strain, spasm, and since piriformis, it could also affect sciatica. Basically, most people don't really know if they have an inversion or eversion. So what we want to do is we want to correct the way the heel and the ankle is on the ground and see whether this affects the symptoms. Meaning I got to find the trigger point or an area of pain and see whether this affects this symptom or trigger point. Now, the people who are prone to this are all sorts of people walking with high heels or insoles or soles that are, like gel, air, all these soles. And the best thing, which I recommend to most patients, is actually walking barefoot as much as possible. I think that as a society, we in modern ages, we walk too little barefoot. I mean, we should walk a lot more barefoot, going outdoors barefoot, going on the ground as much as possible. And I really tell patients to do this. There's a lot of benefit from walking barefoot. So I want to show you the treatment. The treatment basically is using very few points. We use kidney 6 as the yin qiao, bladder 62 as the yang qiao meridian, and these two meridians balance the inversion, eversion, the medial side or the lateral side of these meridians of the leg. The yang qiao, which is on the lateral side, and the yin qiao, which is on the inner side, on the medial side, the balance between them really affects the whole spine. And if we see inversion and eversion, it's actually like I'm pulling the two strings of the sides of my body, going either this way or that way. 1, 2, and what I want to find is like the straight line and balancing line of the foot, knee, hip, in order to support the structure and posture of the body. You can do it right away with great influence and success. The unique thing about this treatment is that it's done sitting down. So I want the patient sitting. I don't want him to sit leaning backwards. I want him to sit leaning forwards and putting as much pressure as he can on his feet as if he were standing. So you want him sitting at the edge of the chair and really leaning forwards onto the knees and into the heels or the ankles. People as tall as I am, and I'm tall, I can even make this seat a little higher up, so it really there's even more, but this is someone my size, even more pressure, so I'm leaning forward, almost standing. I really want to put the pressure from the knees into the heel, and this is the way I do the treatment, and the patient has to sit like this for about 10 minutes. Okay? First, it is important to align the ankle and the knee joint along the sagittal plane. Once aligned, this is a good time to check or recheck the relevant reflex points. Then I press on kidney 6 towards the Achilles tendon and on bladder 62 towards the little toe. So, and then I press in sort of like a twisting angle when bladder 62 towards the fingers and kidney 6 towards the tendon, and I also can press on stomach 41 straight down And this is a good time to recheck these reflex points, whether it is in the knee, in the hip, in the back, etc. So it is important to make sure that the knee, the ankle and the knee is straight, and while it is straight along the sagittal plane, I needle kidney 6 towards the Achilles tendon. And next what I want to do is needle stomach 41 straight down, and I want to make sure at this stage that the ankle and the knee joint are straight, and there's a straight line between the two. And last, I needle bladder 62, which is right under the malleolus, the outer malleolus. There's a little dent in there, and I needle bladder 62 towards the little finger. So kidney 6 towards Achilles tendon, bladder 62 towards the little toe, and stomach 41 perpendicular. These are the points. In many cases, after 10 minutes, I want to send home with the press tack. I put a press tack on stomach 41, and in bladder 62 and kidney 6, where the direction of the needle is important, the direction of the needle, I use intradermal needle. Usually 4 millimeters would be the best size. It's my favorite size. That's what I'm used to work with. And in the same direction that the needles were, towards the Achilles tendon, I needle kidney 6. I don't put the needle all the way in. I put it about halfway or 3/4 the way. And bladder 62, as you see, I needle it towards the little toe. I put a little tape or plaster on these points, and very important is to make sure, once I put the needles, is to make sure that they're not painful, because I want the patient walking with these needles for a few days until one of the needles falls out. So I make sure that it's not painful. Another thing that I like to do is use kinesio tape to help me align the foot in a straight manner. So I use kinesio taping, and I pull it so the leg is now straight and aligned. And sometimes, in order for the tape not to fall, I'll just use another piece of just regular tape and just hold the edges of the kinesio tape. And that's the way it looks. So we have the tape that is helping us align, and needles at kidney 6, bladder 62, yin xiao and yang xiao meridian, holding the ankle in place. Okay, so this is Boaz Kolodner, and thank you. Bye-bye.